everybody. We are on our way to Zach's work to change the head gasket in the Genesis Coupe. It decided to eat itself. It was kind of getting warm on me a few times after I'd go into boost, and so we did a I think he did a leak down test or whatever. He put air into the cylinders, and on cylinder number 3 it was just bubbling like crazy. So the head gasket is spent. So I'm hoping it didn't lift the head, or like the head gasket, or like the head itself is okay. I hope it didn't like warp or get cracked. But yeah, I have a whole gasket and engine rebuild kit with all the gaskets. I'm gonna do timing and everything because the motor's got 140,000 on it now. So just gonna fucking get everything done today. Hopefully everything goes smooth. But yeah, currently driving my wife's Golf R. Cruising this guy today. She has my truck. She has to go down to the barn and feed the horses. So I'm wheeling the Golf today. Here is Zach starting to pull everything apart. You can see, the exhaust and everything. It's out of the way now. Getting into the disassembly of pulling the head off. And then here is all of my new parts. I've got some ARP head studs. These are rated for way more than 400 foot-pounds of torque, which I was currently making, as well as all the milling timing components. Got a new water pump and everything. I pretty much full re-gasket kit for the entire engine, front to back, top to bottom. So I was really excited to install that, get everything squared away. Here's Zach turning the motor over to top dead center to go ahead and pull the head off and start yanking the timing bits out. Now we've got the front cover off, taking a look at everything. It's all timed right. And then we were actually really surprised the head was in pretty good shape. We're just reading the ARP head studs. Now I got the cams out, the tappets and everything. Zach's pulling the exhaust manifold off and the turbo as well. We were trying to do it with the manifold still on, as well as leaving the turbo on, but it really was just kind of in the way, and it's too hard to kind of yank it out. It was too heavy, so we're pulling the turbo off, and then we'll be ready to go. And here is the last clip of the head still on. We got all the turbo stuff off, so now we're gonna go ahead and pull the head. And then here we go, some blown head gasket. You can see some coolants kind of everywhere. We're like, all right, well, something's off. So we're going through. He's whiz-wheeling down the head to remove all the gasket material and stuff. So picture of me and Zach's cars right there. And then we're ready to go ahead and use the straight edge. So going through, taking a look, we realized that the straight edge was not straight, and the head was warped as well as the block. Pretty bad. There's also some pretty bad pitting and stuff on the head, so the cast was pretty shot. There wasn't enough material left on the head either to kind of save or get that decked and get the block decked. This engine was pretty much toast. You could re-sleeve the bottom end, but that was kind of the only hope. It was definitely, needed to buy a head no matter what. So here's our pile of junk. At this point, we're like, well, I guess I'm putting an engine in it. So we're searching Facebook Marketplace, or at least I was, while Zach's sitting there, and he's decided, all right, we're pulling the motor. So motor's on its way out. We got everything coming along, ended up yanking the hood out. So yeah, here's some disassembly, last final bits, separating the block from the trans, and there she goes. She's free. So coming up and out now. So I found a motor on Marketplace right at the other side of the state. So we're off to go pick that up. Morning, everybody. It is like 8 o'clock right now. I'm going to pick Zach up. we're going out to Philly. I found an engine on Marketplace, so we're driving from Pittsburgh to Philly. We're taking my trusty Steed, my 6.0 Power Stroke. I just had it leveled. Jake just installed a leveling kit and aligned it, did all the bushings and ball joints and the new track bar and stuff last week. So today we were supposed to fluid film it, but since we found out that my motor needs replaced, we're driving to Philly to pick up a new one. So financially, this put a hurting on me, and I don't think I'll ever financially recover from owning a Genesis Coupe. Am I the only person that forgets to fold their mirrors out? I swear I leave my house pretty regularly with the fucking mirrors folded out. While we were cruising down the PA Turnpike, we pulled up on this cool Mustang. It was definitely like an autocross car or something. It's all stickered up and stuff, but yeah, saw that guy cruise through a bunch of tunnels. Yeah, I'm from Pittsburgh, so we got tunnels everywhere. I'm totally used to this. But yeah, you come out of this tunnel and boom, you got the pretty nice view of just kind of, the middle of PA. There's a really cool part of the PA Turnpike that you basically drive dead straight for, I would assume, about 20 miles, but it's as far as you can physically see. It's just dead straight. It's really, really neat. It's coming into kind of Harrisburg, Carlisle area. But yeah, you pretty much just keep on cruising and, you could fall asleep behind the wheel or probably do 250 miles an hour. But we saw a bunch of dudes with their trucks hauling motorcycles and stuff, dirt bikes. Just keep on going straight as far as you can physically see. It's pretty nuts. And then this is a junkyard on that section of road that they have some of the best cars and junkyards around. Definitely a top 10 locally. They've got plenty of Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3 Golfs, 240 SXs, all sorts of cool stuff. So if you need something, they're the place to go. But yeah, you can just see this road is dead freaking straight. It's pretty crazy. Coming in through here, I'm not sure what part of, I think this is going into Harrisburg now. So everything's on the water. It's pretty neat. Coming across the big bridge. So this guy hauling a Triumph, I think, or Ducati. What do we got? A Triumph, yeah. And then we saw this freaking Forester. Take a look at this. This is crazy. Is this a Forester or an Ascent? I think it's an Ascent. Whatever. This thing was squatting, overloaded. That should not be hauling that. That CVT in that thing is screaming for its life. Here we are coming into Valley Forge. That's where Tires was filmed. And this is the engine I found on Marketplace. Here's some Carfax on it. It ended up having 85,000 miles on it. And then there we go. Pick that guy up. We're at Freddy's getting some food, and we found a little fella in the Cybertruck with a little guy. We ended up picking up that engine. Got it for $1,600 instead of $1,800. The guy advertising it claimed it had 35,000 miles on it, and we ran the Carfax on it, and it has 85. So here we are. It's got a turbo on it, as well as an intake manifold, and a good starter. It's 6.4, fucking screaming its head away. Yeah, good starter on there though. It's not in too bad a shape. It came out of an auto. The flywheel, it's got a catted downpipe on it still too, factory cat. Yeah, we're off, setting sail. So like I was saying, ignore the puddle of oil right there. The oil was leaking out of the bell housing, or out of the crank, so the bell housing bolts in it. Not fucking bell housing bolts, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say. The flywheel bolts. We threw some flywheel bolts in there to stop leaking. But as you can see, the block's a little marred up. It's not that bad, and nothing's gonna leak, or it's not, you know, detrimental. But the torque converter bolts the kid had, because this came out of an auto car, they backed out and started spinning and chewed the block up a little bit, but it's okay. Anyways, I'm getting some diesel and we'll be on the road home shortly. We made it to Zach's work. We're pulling the motor out of the bed now. My old garbage is over there. Here we have the engine on the stand. Another picture of the engine on the stand. And then old picture of my blown ass head gasket. Yeah, it was smoked. Zach's starting to tear down the engine throughout the week. Got it all tore down. Old manifold off, AC compressor. The head's pretty clean, so we're happy with that. And then we got the engine reassembled. Alright, so I'm heading up to Zach's work now. He's got some of the motor in. I've had a fucking crazy week. We got all the engine figured out, you know. Zach got it put together today, timed and all that. I painted the valve cover and the timing cover. And then yesterday I was undercoating my truck. We were doing fluid film, and the truck won't start now, so that's awesome. We don't know what's wrong with it, but it literally just drove in there and now it won't start, so awesome. Anyways, I'm driving Jake's truck to Zach's work to finish the fucking car and hopefully drive it today for the first time in what feels like a month. So I hope I have a running car again, because that would be ideal, you know. So yeah, all we have left to do is kind of plumb everything and finish putting the engine back in. So doing that, and then now we're bleeding the coolant and we're ready to fire it up. This is just building some oil pressure up in the head, cranking it over, making sure, you know, everything's got fluid and oil and coolant in it. So doing that, and then in the next clip we'll go ahead and start her up for the first time. Was your foot to the floor to build oil pressure, or were you trying to start it?
Trying to build oil pressure.
Oh, okay.
You want pressure to the tensioner and
Everything else.
such.
it moves under its own power. We're going for a drive. I also think it's starting to snow right now. I hate Pennsylvania. It looks fucking sweet without a hood. Oh yeah. We're back, baby. We're back. Let's go. Oh yeah. The turbo sounds fucking crazy. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's how it's been supposed to feel. I think it was down on power.
Probably.
This thing sounds fucking wicked. Oh yeah.
I'm actually shocked I could drive this thing that well.
She parties. All right, so we're about a month later. I put about 1,000 miles on the car. Actually, about 1,200. Put about 1,200 miles on the car with no issues other than occasionally the belt will slip one rib off. And I think the alternator, maybe the pulley's a little wonky. It's the alternator from the new motor that I bought. So I know my old motor, the alternator was fine. So if I need to swap it, I'll swap it. It doesn't really matter to me. But yeah. I just gave it a quick cleanup. I haven't washed it in quite a while. Actually, I think since Grid Life was the last time I gave this thing a bath. So ignore the mats and stuff. The seat's a mess, but just a quick vac. It's the middle of winter right now, so we got a ton of snow. Yeah, this is how the car is now. It's really not giving me any issues. We bled the coolant. I still need to do an oil change and get the. We just put kind of pump 530 in it from his work. So, yeah. All right, here we are with the yellow engine. Yeah, I put about 1,200 miles on it. Really zero issues at all. The only thing I have is a small evap leak, which throws the check engine light. But it literally says subtle or like slight, not important when you scan it. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to put a catless O2 housing on it, so the check engine light's going to be on anyways. So if anybody, locally has one, I am after a catless O2 housing, as well as I do have the heat shields and stuff for the turbo and the downpipe, but I'll end up putting the manifold one on eventually. Still need to do an oil change just to get the pump oil out of it. I'll probably switch it over to, I use the Valvoline Restore and Protect in all my stuff, so swap it over to that. But yeah, really, it's been great. My 6.0 has been down, so I've been driving the Genesis out here. we just had about a foot of snow the other day, so you know, I was driving it a good bit this weekend. My wife's Golf R is on studded snow tires, so I've just been driving that on the weekends, and then, you know, I'm driving this to work and back, but I mean, really no issues. The next mod I have planned for this thing is I actually have the harness and stuff to do the Audi mod to the taillights, as well as make both the turn signal and reverse lights just one big reverse light. So that'll be next. I just haven't had the time. I'm actually going to order the seals because this one's starting to leak, get some water in there. So I want to get rid of that before I put the harness in. But yeah, I mean, we're about 1,200 miles in and 0 issues. I guarantee the car was down on power. I mean, I'm sure it was between lifting the head with the old engine, but this thing feels like a rocket ship. It's spinning well into third gear now. You know, it'll rip a first, second into third burnout. So yeah, it hauls ass. I definitely say we're much closer to 300 horsepower than we used to be on the old engine. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you could watch to the end, I'd appreciate it, or at least like or subscribe or something. I probably spent about $3,000 just in this video, so it may be, you know, 20-25 minutes long. It's a little long, but I mean, it is what it is. I wanted to show you guys kind of everything that I was going through. Yeah, it's now dead of winter, so I don't know when the next video will be, but I'll put together something shortly. But yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit like, leave a comment, do anything. I don't make any money on YouTube, but anything to kind of get some engagement would be cool. Thank you for watching. Enjoy. Peace out.